If one flat tire, a sick dog, a broken windshield causes you stress and panic, you don't have an income problem. You've got a planning problem. Today, we're going to have a conversation, and a lot of you are way overdue to address this in your life, but it's called a safety net. Call it emergency fund. And you need one, and let me tell you how easy it is to get it. You don't have to win the lottery. You just have to plan intentionally. Hi, I'm Jenny. I am that friend that will sit down and tell you like it is, kick you in the pants if you need it, and make sure that you understand you can't go through life blindly. You can't unring a bell once I give you information. Shame on you if you do not act on it and figure out how to improve your situation in your life with some of the things that we talk about here. Like, share, and subscribe to this channel. I have got lots of content that I think you will benefit from, but my goodness, every person over 50 in your life could also benefit from this information. The emergency fund, it's not about fear. It's about freedom. Freedom to finally stop having that acid reflux. You want to throw up a little bit in your mouth every time something significant happens that's going to cost some money. This is the freedom to stop putting these things on a credit card. Your credit cards, they need to be cut up. But let's face it, most of us rely on the credit card to spend somebody else's money and not spend our own. To not have to do the responsible thing and actually pile up a safety net, an emergency fund to get us out of situations when life happens. The credit card, you guys look at that. I used to. This is my safety net. If my engine blows up, I've got a credit card to put it on. At what interest rate? Credit cards, and this isn't the video about that, but they are the vampire of your financial future. They will suck the life out of your financial security faster than anything else. Unemployment doesn't suck it out as fast. And let's face it, most financial stress does not come from the ginormous force majeure, the acts of God, the unexpected ginormous things. Most of our financial stress comes from those everyday, they're gonna happen just as the sun's gonna rise and the sun's gonna set. A dog's gonna get sick, a cat's gonna need to be fixed, a child is going to break a tooth, the air conditioner in the car is going to go out in August in the middle of Texas. These things are going to happen. You don't know when, you don't know what, but they're going to happen and they're not going to be cheap. So an emergency fund is a bucket of money that you set aside so that when these things happen, you can just say, not a problem, I got it. Okay, I'm going to shop around and see if there's a better price, but I know I've got the money to fix it at the price you just quoted me, but I'm going to do my due diligence. So an emergency fund is it's you being your own rich uncle. You don't have to go ask anybody for money because you've already prepared and you have your bucket of money yourself. How much do you need for an emergency fund? Well, to start off, you need $500 at an absolute minimum. $1,000 is better, because $500 is going to get that cat fixed, or it's going to get the dog to the vet in some situations. But $1,000, that at least keeps you sleeping at night. There's going to be expenses that are going to be more than that. So as we walk through budgeting over an entire year, paying off debt, and then what do you do when the debt's paid off? There are a lot of ways that you can preemptively fund individual line items for future expenses. I have a certain amount going into a line item every paycheck for dog meds. I call it the dog meds and fix it fund, because they are going to need vet attention at some point, whether it's a heartworm test or heartworm medicine. God forbid something happens out here in the woods, but it does happen. So with that said, I don't want to have to lose sleep over, do I eat this week or do I save my dog's life? Nobody wants to be in that position. And for those of you who had children, nobody wants to be in that position either. You don't want to have to make a decision between, do I repair little Billy's finger or do we eat ramen noodles this week? It's a hard call. I don't want to do it for dogs. You don't want to do it for kids. An emergency fund, though, is not your vacation money. It's not your, oh my gosh, that's on sale. It'll never be that low price again. Let's go spend the emergency fund. No, it's a hands-off fund. An emergency fund, it starts with a baby fund, $500 to $1,000, but you want to ultimately have 3 to 6 months of expenses in the bank that you just completely ignore. until you don't, or until you can't ignore it. Ultimately, the emergency fund is going to see you through a job layoff, some critical health issue that prevents you from working. 3 to 6 months of having money on hand, knowing that the lights are going to stay on, the mortgage is going to be paid, the school tuition is going to be paid, whatever your expense levels are. That is the ultimate goal. That will keep you sleeping very well every night, come what may. Come what may. If you're watching me, and you are, obviously, we talk a lot about getting ready for retirement, about paying off debt, about getting on a budget, being the master of your money plan. So if you don't have an emergency fund currently, how do you get started and how much money do you start building up? Well, the faster you do it, the faster you can have the peace of mind. However, I encourage you to put it down as a strategic amount every paycheck so that within this amount of time, you'll have met your $500 base. You'll have met your $1,000 base. And then we keep adding to it until we hit that 3 to 6 months of total expenses. Are you going to be able to do it in the first 3 paychecks? No, you're not. But if you put a repetitive amount, maybe every paycheck you put $50 into your emergency fund. 10 paychecks, bam, you've got your $500. If you get paid every 2 weeks, make it a little bit more money or be more assertive and aggressive with it. And if you just want to knock it out, then do something big, sell something, etc. Stack up the money because only you can control how quickly your money stacks up, whether it's retirement or your emergency fund. But you're going to set up the emergency fund to be a regularly contributed to bucket line item on your budget until you reach those goals. And then, of course, we're going to celebrate those little goals. It can be nothing more spectacular than going and getting a candy bar that you absolutely love, but something to mark the occasion that you actually met that goal. If this information has intrigued you, if you're thinking, wow, I'm over 50 and I've never had an emergency fund, wonder how that would feel. Y'all keep coming back. I release videos twice a week, Wednesdays and Saturdays, and they are all related to how you can live more peacefully, more boldly, bombastically, and heck yes, unapologetically, because this is your life. And when you retire, you're going to retire like you mean it. Down in the description, I have Master Your Money Plan, a free workbook. I have some mini courses to give you a deeper dive and to help you walk through setting up your own master money plan, not only for the immediate needs, but planning for the next few years and into retirement. Y'all come back, share this video, like, comment, subscribe. I'm Jenny. I will see you soon. Stop recording.